What's up, Canadian Board Go crew? Today I'm going to show you guys how to pack up your board in the most efficient way possible. I see it often where people are kind of rolling their board or they're folding it in a weird way and then it doesn't fit properly back in the bag. I understand how frustrating that is, and the amount of shows and events and just days of paddling that I've done. I found a few little secrets and tips that I want to share with you guys to make your life a little bit easier when you're out on the water. So first thing you're going to want to do is, of course, deflate your board. Now, while your board's deflating, I like to get my bag ready and collapse your paddle, take the hose off your pump. If you're going to use the pump to deflate, which I actually do recommend, you're going to switch the hose sides from pumping air out to sucking air into the pump. Or you can, of course, use an electric pump, which I will show you guys in the video here, to suck all the air out of the board. Reason why I do this is it makes your life way easier. You're not dealing with like a small amount of air left in the board when you're folding it up and it doesn't fold properly at the last fold. Can be super frustrating. So I'm going to show you guys what I do right here. So first things first, you take your valve, open her up, push that button down, and then you twist it. When you twist it, it stays in the open position. You don't have to stand here and hold the button down. You push it down, twist, it'll lock into the open position, which is a two-way valve, and you're set to go. So we'll pop this off here. Now you see the air comes out super quick. What I like to do is use an electric pump that has a deflate and inflate option. So it has the two nozzles on the front. That is something that I do all the time now. Makes it much easier and much faster to take the air out of your board. All you have to do is make sure that you plug it into the proper end. So on this pump, which again is the Shark 3 from Outdoor Master, one of my personal favorite pumps, does say deflate and inflate. When I go to deflate my board, I put the pin back in the up position. Sounds crazy, but the reason why is when you fully suck every single little amount of air out, it keeps all the air out when you pull the hose. Whereas if you have it in the down position, some of the air kind of gets sucked back in and the board won't be quite as tight when you pack it up. So I plug that in and we're going to go through sucking the air out. Alrighty, as you can see, that's pretty quick. There is other options as well. You can always roll your board from the front, fold it up in about, just over a half a foot kind of sections to get all the air out, unroll it again and suck the air out with your hand pump. What I usually like to do at the beach is, while this is sucking the air out of the board, I'll go and pack up other stuff, pack up the cooler, make sure my baby girl's in her car seat, like all these different things just to make sure everything's all set and make your life a little bit easier. Come back to this, fully deflated. What I do next, unplug the hose, set the pump aside, and then roll the board up. Now there's a couple different tricks. Some boards have permanent fins attached to them, and that does make things a little bit more difficult. I don't love when brands do that, but with this board it doesn't. And now the only thing rigid on this board is going to be your fin box. So what I do is, from the back end, is I'll take the board like so, fold it over, and then I roll it in like this. So now it's using the fin box as the template. Makes it super simple, and then you're all set to go. Now the next thing that I like to do is utilize the strap that your board came with from the factory level, which is something like this, maybe a different color. I like to wrap that around, go underneath the board. Boom, get that all cinched in there. Now, while your board is deflating, what you can do as well is, of course, pack up your kit. I always like to put my hand pump in the front pocket first. Main reason being is it's going to be the biggest unit. So I slide that in first so that it fits properly. Next thing would be your hose, fins, all that good stuff, right? So we get all this set in there with your fin, leash, pump, and then we zip this bad boy up. because this is another trick that is really useful when you're out on the beach or at the park, because it can be a pain in the neck to get this board back in the bag. So what I like to do is take the bag and go over my board, set it like that, right? You can even zip it up a little bit on each side. You make sure that it's on the base. You can feel the board there. Then I flop the bag down, pull it over the top. Then you're all set. Way easier than trying to kind of roll it up and stuff it back in, force it back in. And then I take my paddle, of course, which goes in the bigger pocket here. Slide my paddle in there with the board. Zip that guy up. Now you're ready to either pack it away for the winter or pack it away for the day and get ready for your next paddle. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, any tips, any concerns, please let us know. We do want to grow our community and chat with you guys more. Thanks so much. Chat soon.